Welcome guys to the Meet Damien live stream. I am Damien, and today's live stream we're going to be taking a look at the Bitcoin as we always do. We'll be taking a look at some other cryptocurrencies, but I also want to take a look at the price of gold because that seems to be like where the price action is at these days. And there is a cryptocurrency that we can trade called PAXG coin that we can trade on some of the cryptocurrency exchanges that we're on to take advantage of the price of gold and the action there. But yeah, let's get started. We'll take a look at the Bitcoin. I titled the video for this live stream. I titled it "Crypto Going on Last Minute Sale for the Last Minute Christmas Shoppers out there." I know we want to see our Bitcoin go up to higher prices here, but for those who are in it for the long term, you guys are getting another opportunity to buy Bitcoin at lower prices than what you otherwise would be getting it. After we saw Bitcoin, top out at 120 grand earlier this year. $87,000 Bitcoin, what is that? About like a 30% discount from where it was in October. Let me just quickly do the math here real quick. But yeah, Bitcoin at 87K after being at 126K earlier this year. You're still at a 30% discount, and Bitcoin was at a further discount earlier today, where we saw Bitcoin at 86,500 earlier today, and that actually hit a level that I was looking at here on the charts. We have these red lines here that are identifying volume levels to be looking out for using the VRVP indicator here. Before I throw that indicator on, let's just identify these levels, and I'll just spit them out to you right here real quick. We got 86,845 is a high volume node level here on the VRVP indicator here. We actually came down to 86,533, so that doesn't surprise me that we're getting a bounce off that level. To the upside, we do have a $90,500 level, which we actually hit, yesterday on Monday. That's another high volume node, and then we have another high volume node here at 91,415, and then we have another high volume node here at 93,181. Now, when I go ahead, you're actually going to see what those high volume nodes look like on the VRVP indicator. I'm going to turn that up here for you guys, and you can see that this is the VRVP indicator here, and we have these high volume nodes here, and the one that we're closest to right now is that $86,800 high volume node here. Okay, we've already hit that earlier today. Okay, now if Bitcoin's going to become bullish here, I'm expecting there not to be any resistance. I feel like we should be able to climb back up to the next high volume node here at 90,400 or 90,500, somewhere in this area. Okay, that's a high volume node here, another high volume node. Then you get the gaps in between the nodes here. Okay, which means that the price can easily go up, or if it's already up, it could easily come back down in these gaps here. Okay, further to the upside, if we get past 90,500, there is another high volume node, and that's actually the highest volume node here using the VRVP indicator. You can see there's like a little bit of a blue line here. This blue line here is the point and control, the POC. That's going to be a tough cookie to crack here, a tough nut to crack. Trying to get up to like 91,400 here. Okay, if we get past 91,400, then the next level that we're going to try to play for the day traders out there is 93,180 or 93,200, which is another high volume node here, before we start looking for more levels after that. But yeah, those are the levels we're looking for. I'd be looking for longs, especially if you're at 86,800. And then right in between now, I mean, it could be no man's land, but you're just going to see if your long is going to play out and see if we can get back up to 90K all over again here. And if we get up to 90K for the day traders out there, I'd be looking for shorts. I'd be looking to try to short Bitcoin at 90K. And in, you know, when you do actually short Bitcoin at 90K, then there could be a possibility that that might actually be the last lower high before Bitcoin goes down to like 80K or 70K. So, you know, if you do get into that short at 90K, maybe you might want to just hold on to a little bit of that position. You don't have to sell all of it. If Bitcoin starts selling off, yeah, you can take your profits, but you know, 90K might be the last time we see 90K for a while here, if we actually do get up to 90K. Because Bitcoin overall, you know, I said this over the last few weeks here, couple of months, but Bitcoin's been in a bear market. It started in October 6th when we didn't really know. You know, that was Bitcoin's all-time high, but we've been making lower lows, lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, and possibly making some more lower highs one more time before we start breaking down and going into lower lows. In order for Bitcoin to not be in a bear market, I mean, I already said this, in my opinion, is that we got to get up to higher prices here. We got to get up to basically about 108K, okay? Because if I turn on the moving averages here, that 200-day moving average, that red line right over there, is sitting at about 107,700. I would love to see Bitcoin get up to 107,700, but you can see, guys, we have been having a tough go at it the last 3 weeks here, all right, where Bitcoin can barely get above 94, 95K, okay? So, I mean, we have to get above those, you know, those levels there at 94, 95K. Then we'll see how we handle ourselves at 102K, because there is a high volume node here on the VRVP indicator showing that there could be some resistance at 102K, 105K. And then, of course, you know, 108K, we'll see how we handle ourselves at 108K. But I will not be talking about, you know, a bull run or Bitcoin being in a bull market until we actually get up to 108K. Right now, I'm just looking for lower highs, a potential lower high, which then could then turn into a lower low at some point. as we continue on in the beginning of this bear market, is what I'm calling it at this point. But you can still play, you know, as a trader, a swing trader, or a day trader. You can still play, try to buy the bottoms, try to buy the lows, and then sell the rips and sell the lower high if you can. We got Kenny in the chat here on TikTok, says, what's my Ethereum prediction by the end of the year? You mean like what, by next week? The end of next week. Let me just I'm just doing a quick volume check, make sure. How is the volume here for my YouTube guys? Can you guys let me know if the music's too loud? I turned the microphone volume up on my microphone, so that way you guys can hear me without having the music sound too loud on your end. But I can also try to turn the music down a little bit more if it's a little bit too much. I know we had little problems in the last couple of streams, and I looked into like my microphone settings, and I saw that the microphone was set to like 40% volume. I was like, what the hell? It should be at like 80 or 90%. Anyways, let me answer that question about Ethereum year end. Let's take a look at Ethereum real quick here. Ethereum at 2970. By year end, you mean by next week? So like in the next few candles here, you know, Ethereum could probably be anywhere as low as $2,800. We did see Ethereum get down to like 2773, or it could be as high as this value area low, this white line sitting above us at $3,300. Okay, so you have possibly like a 10% move up in price on Ethereum, because you said end of this year, unless you meant end of next year. But the end of this year, yeah, I think Ethereum could be up 10% from where it is right now at $3,300. Or we could go down maybe 10% below where we're at right now at $2,700. But we do have a high volume node here at the VRVP that says about 28. 28 is where Ethereum could go. 2,800. Then there's somewhat of a volume node here at 2,750. Which, you know, we already hit that 2,750 level here. What, December 1st? Yeah. So we could be up 10% or down 10% on Ethereum, in my opinion. If that answers your question there for Ethereum by the end of 2025, which would be next week. Hey, I see we got Bullish Babe in the chat here. Good to see you, Bullish Babe. Nice to see you. We do have another TikToker, pretty popular TikToker here on TikTok. I've been going on to her live streams, and she said that she was going to try to come onto my live stream. Now, I hope this is a real Bullish Babe, because I know there are some copycats out there, so hopefully it's the real Bullish Babe that's in the chat right now. But you just never know. You never know with TikTok. So many copycats out there. I don't know why it's not really a prevalent problem with YouTube. Seems like it's a lot easier to copy people on TikTok than it is on YouTube. Trying to see what else you guys are saying in the chat. Not so much of a chatty chat today. That's okay. Let's take a look at a cryptocurrency that's actually doing pretty well. That's related and tied towards gold. This is where retail is playing out right now, in my opinion, and that is the price of gold, currently at 4,490. But like, we have PAXG coin here, is a coin that you can trade on cryptocurrency exchanges, and it's tied to the price of gold. Right now, PAXG is currently trading at $4,508 right now. I believe those are new all-time highs for PAXG, or close to new all-time highs. Let me get rid of the VRVP indicator for now. What do we got here? So PAXG actually got as high as about 45.23 earlier today. You see the day's range right here. It was as low as 44.50 earlier, I think last night. And where can PAXG go, you know, if it's going to continue this bull run? Well, I already did like a Fibonacci on this on this chart here. Hopefully you're able to see it. I might have to drag this over here so you can see the numbers. But I just drew the Fibonacci from like the low, I believe that from the low on Monday, we were trading at basically 43.67. and I could take it to the low for the high for today at 45.23. And we do have a Fibonacci extension level, the 1272 Fib extension level above us, showing that we could see gold get up to 4,568, or even as high as like the 1618 level here at 4,623, just based on this small little Fibonacci level here, giving us some upside targets here. You know, I want to readjust this Fibonacci. I think I want to take this down to, I mean, where is the swing low? There's not that many swing lows to be looking at here on the daily time frame here for PAXG coin. But I guess, you know, 1272 should be around like 45.79, and 1618 46.49 if gold's going to continue being bullish here and climbing up to higher prices. Now I have looked at this chart because we have seen the price of gold climbing over the last few months here, ever since like the end of August, and I had this trend line that, you know, gold could have been following. It did lose the trend line back here in the end of October going into November. But I think this trend line could still be giving us a little bit of guidance. If we just continue on with the trend in gold, it's showing that gold could hit that $5,000, this blue number here. It could hit the $5,000 price target range probably sometime in the middle of January. Like the next 3 weeks here. So that's interesting. Seems like gold is the place to be at. And if you wanted to trade PAXG coin, if you're a cryptocurrency investor, a cryptocurrency trader, you can come on to WEEX exchange here. WEEX is a cryptocurrency exchange that you could trade PAXG coin, which is tied to the price of gold. And I like trading futures, but I believe you can also do spot as well here with PAXG. Let me just click on spot right here. And I believe it should be in there. Oh. What are you doing on there? PAXG. Yeah, so you can buy gold using PAXG here, and you don't even have to trade futures. You can actually buy it here on WEEX exchange. Now, if you guys want to actually join WEEX exchange, I do have a code to join WEEX, and you can take advantage of some of the bonuses that WEEX has for new users here. But the code to join here on my YouTube channel is right here in the description of my YouTube channel. You got the WEEX exchange right there, okay? And my referral code is that code right there, XVDP. And you can get your hands on some PAXG coin, which is following the price of gold right now. And then for my TikTok guys, you know, you guys can also join WEEX exchange here, right there. Okay, that's the code to join, the link to join, XVDP for the referral code. All right, and you take advantage of the bonuses that they got here on WEEX, right? And what do they got for promotions here? They got this the new user program here. Where you get up to like $30,000. Where was that number? But the number was there. But they got all kinds of you know, if you put in $3 grand on the exchange here, you get like a $2,000 airdrop. You put like $6,000 on the exchange and hold it for 3 days, and you'll get a $3,000 airdrop. And this is an airdrop which will allow you to, I mean, it's not totally free money, but it's money that you can use to start trading on WEEX. It will be locked up on WEEX, but whatever profits you make, you know, trading on WEEX, you can withdraw those profits. So it's like they're giving you money to fund an account, and then whatever profits you get, you can actually put onto, you can do whatever you want with those profits. You can take the profits off the exchange and pay some bills or whatever you gotta do. You know, buy some Christmas presents or something. But I'm currently working with WEEX right now to do a program that might be exclusive to my community members here, and that's why you gotta use that referral code there. But we're working on they're really aggressively trying to get some new people on their exchange, some new users, and they're currently doing an easy program where if you put $100 US dollar tether on the exchange, you can get $50 as whatever money, $50 of US dollar tether, and it's just free money. We're working out the details. When I get more information, I will post up the link so you guys can take advantage of that. But I mean, if you guys are already on exchanges here, why not add WEEX to one of your exchanges here? They're looking for new users, and they're doing some programs here where you can get some free money to play around with. And I know, you know, we've had a tough go here in 2025. I think any money, especially if it's free, is useful for a lot of people out there. Could be a way to get some of your money back here in crypto. But anyways, let's see what you guys are saying here in the chat. I'm going back in the chat right now. Currently looking at PAXG coin. Seems to be like the only cryptocurrency that was worth being in this whole 2025 here. So PAXG coin has been on a tear all throughout the year. Let's just look at the yearly candle here. See how much PAXG has done over the last 12 months here. This would be year-to-date gains here. If you got into PAXG coin, you'd be up 71% this year. And it had a pretty good year in 2024 where it was up 30%. Can't really say that with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin we thought was going to have a really good 2025, but Bitcoin is actually down 6% year-to-date. Bitcoin started the year at $93,000, and we're now hanging around at $87,000. There's still one more week left in 2025. Maybe Bitcoin gets up to 93K and we could say Bitcoin broke even during 2025. But yeah, this is very unfortunate for Bitcoin because we actually had a pretty good 2024 where Bitcoin was up 120%, and that got people excited. You know, Bitcoin started at 42 grand in 2024 and ended 2024 at $93,000 after going up to 108K and going past 100K for the first time. 2025 was just a lackluster year. But it wasn't for gold and silver and PAXG coin. And if you want to get on to get involved on PAXG coin, because I'm pretty sure some of you guys do want to get involved with PAXG, then you can try looking at PAXG and come on board with WEEX exchange, where they do have PAXG coin trading there. Okay, and you can buy spot. You know, if you don't want to actually trade futures, you don't have to. No one's forcing you to trade futures. You can just buy PAXG coin and just hold it. And you can even take it off the exchange, which I probably would recommend you do. Take the PAXG coin off the exchange and put it into your cryptocurrency wallet, and then you have a piece of gold. And PAXG coin, you should be able to redeem that for gold if you want to. It's a process involved and there's some fees. But if you really want to do it, then PAXG coin is one way to get involved with the price of gold here, which is doing pretty well. And then of course, you know, you can also trade the futures with PAXG coin. If that's what you want to do, you can day trade it. And here on WEEX exchange, you know, leverage for PAXG coin, you can have it as high as 75x leverage if you want. Okay, and you can long and short. So if you guys think like gold is done going up in price, you can actually short gold using futures here on WEEX exchange. So that's one way to try to make some money in this crazy market that we're in. Bitcoin breaks 95. All right, let's see. Guys are pretty quiet here. So I mean, if it's going to be a quiet live stream, then it's going to be a quiet live stream, and it's going to be a short live stream too. If you guys don't have any questions or comments here, let's take a look at some other cryptocurrencies that I'm trying to get involved in here. Let's take a look at Zcash real quick. See how Zcash is doing. Zcash is trading at $418.22. Currently down 3% today. I did mark off some levels using the VRVP indicator here, and levels that I'm watching for is like 407, 435, and 457. And that's because if I turn on the VRVP indicator here, you can see that there's that 407 level there is the highest volume node point of control so far, and then we have another high volume node here at 435, and another high volume node level here at 457, 460, or somewhere around there. Okay. And when I don't have the VRVP indicator there, I have those levels marked off with these red lines here. So that helps me identify those levels to be looking out for. And I think the most important level is for Zcash is we got to stay above 405, 407, somewhere around here. It's also a Fibonacci level. the 0.382 retracement level. That's the level that I'm looking for here on Zcash that I'm staying above. I actually have my stop loss around like 407, because if we lose that, then my long on Zcash gets invalidated, and maybe something else is going to happen here with Zcash. But I am trying to long Zcash near the lows, or about the lowest point that I could have got it at, and I'm trying to take my Zcash long up to 435, where I plan on taking partial profit, and then I'll take second take profit target at 457 here, which was the high on Monday, right? We got the 457. I think that's a good area to get out on Zcash. So we got somebody here in the chat for YouTube. We got High Energy Investments. You said XRP's been quiet for too long. Something's brewing. And if you said if I held XRP for 10 years, your investment would have seen explosive growth, turning the initial 1,500 into 755, or $1,000 investment into over 200 grand. I think you could have done that with Ethereum or Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies. I don't think XRP is that special for the last 10 years. XRP has been around, I think, longer than Ethereum, but Ethereum has made explosive gains just like that too, if we're using that argument, for like the last 10 years. But I can take a look at XRP if that's what you want me to take a look at. You say that XRP is not going to the moon. XRP is buying the moon. All right, so we got an XRP fan guy here. Let me just finish up my analysis here on Zcash here, and then we'll take a look at XRP since you keep mentioning it. And then we got Scott in the chat here asking about Cardano. All right, let me go ahead and write these things down. So we're gonna look at XRP after Zcash here, and then we'll look at Cardano after that. But just to give you a short synopsis on Cardano, Cardano's probably going to follow whatever Bitcoin's doing. If Bitcoin's going to go up, then Cardano's probably going to follow suit. And vice versa. If it's Bitcoin going down, then Cardano's probably going to go down and bring the other cryptocurrencies down with it. Anyways, looking at Zcash on the daily time frame here, I'm going to pull up my my MACD, see how things are looking on the MACD. We do have buying pressure is dying down here. So that's a little bit worrying for my long, but I'm only in it for a day trade. I'm trying to see if Zcash can at least get up to like 430 later on tonight. But overall, I know that it might not happen because we got this red sell dot coming in here on market cipher B for Zcash. And money flow is starting to decrease. And if it continues doing this trend here, we could see money flow go into the red like we did see here in late November and early December on Zcash. So that's a little bit concerning there for the long-term investors. But I'm in it for a day trade. So when I'm in a day trade, I actually start, I mean, it's good to get an idea like what the daily time frame is doing, but I usually start on the 1 hour time frame on a day trade. And I try to see what the momentum indicators are doing to figure out what kind of day we're going to have here on Zcash. So one of the momentum indicators that I like to look at is this MACD indicator here. And you can see that the selling pressure was pretty bad last night around 1 o'clock in the morning Eastern time here. Then it started to die down. And now you got buying pressure. You got these green candles showing up here on Zcash. So that's why I think, Zcash could climb up in price later on tonight, going into tomorrow, before maybe it gets knocked down again. And then here on the money flow and on market cipher B indicator here for Zcash in the 1 hour time frame, you can see that the flow is in the negative, but it's starting to go positive here. Well, it's trending upwards, and if it continues trending upwards, it's going to go positive here. So I think Zcash might have a nice little pop going into tomorrow morning and later on tonight, just based on the momentum indicators and what I'm seeing with the market cipher B and MACD here. Okay, so that's why I decided to get into a long on Zcash instead of shorting it, because that's the other thing you can do. You could long it, short it, or you can even not even take a trade. But I think you could take a long here, and maybe Zcash pushes itself back up to like 430 or 435, and then that's where I want to take partial profits. And if we continue pushing up higher past 435, I would like to take more profit at 457 for Zcash. All right, let's move on to take a look at XRP. XRP, what are you doing to me? Let's get into the daily time frame here. Let's try to we'll look at the higher time frame, daily time frame here, and we'll try to find out some levels here to look for on XRP using the VRVP indicator, and then I'll try to mark it on the chart so we always have that for later. Okay, but some levels to look here for XRP is we're currently below a high volume node here. This high volume node is sitting at $1.93. So that's where I want to put a line here to remind myself that $1.93 could be a problem area, or like an area that we should take note of. Okay, if XRP pushes past $1.93, then the next high volume node was going to probably be about around $2, and then there's an even higher volume node here at 203. Okay, 203. So we'll mark that on the chart here. Okay. For my day traders and swing traders out there, you might want to be looking for these levels to try to take some profit on XRP if it pushes up to those higher prices there. And if we push past 203, then we got the highest volume node. The point of control, the POC, is this blue line here, sitting at 220. I think that should be a swing trader's target, definitely. And if you're in a day trade, you should definitely consider taking some profit at 220 if XRP pushes up to those levels. Now, levels to look out below. We do have this white line below us at $1.82. That is the value area low out of this value area that we're in. Okay, the value area high would be this low right here above us. We'd be lucky if we could see XRP get up to 267. But the value area low is this other white line below us, and that's a line that we should probably mark on the charts here too. And that's sitting at what, $1.81, $1.82, somewhere around there. And now we have these lines to look at. So if you don't have the VRVP indicator, well, I am here to look at it for you guys, okay? But if you don't know how to set it up, I mean, you can probably look at my channel here. I do have a video on the VRVP indicator and how to set it up and how to trade with it. But you also got me as your guy here. You can come on the live streams and ask me about the VRVP indicator and XRP, and I can pull it up for you. And these are the levels to look for. So the downside, $1.82 on XRP. Above us, $1.92 should be the next target for like the day traders out there that are looking for longs. Then the target after that going to be about 203 for the day traders and swing traders, and then the ultimate swing trading target should be about $2.20 to the upside for XRP. High energy investments. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for coming into the live stream. Don't forget to hit the like button, and let's try to get this this video out to more people. If you guys can share this live stream to one of your friends or family that's also interested in trading and investing in crypto, or trading and investing in general, because I can also talk about stocks as well and commodities. Go ahead and share this live stream. I appreciate that if you guys can do that for me. Yeah, definitely for my TikTok guys, if you can share that live stream, that'd be great. That is my goal here, is to get the word out there. We got some good TA here to look at. But let me just finish up on XRP, see what the momentum indicators are doing. On Market Cipher B, we have been bottoming out here on XRP. Where you had a green buy dot that came in on Friday 19th, and that was like near the oversold horizontal green bars over here. However, what I'm a little bit worried is that we did get a red sell dot here, but that could get taken out if we just continue climbing up to higher prices. This red dot could disappear, but if it does come in, I mean, it could still get negated if we get like another green dot that comes up, because just because you see these dots here where it goes, oh my god, red dot, you can get a green dot the next couple of days, and then another red dot, and then a few days later a green dot. So like, these are just showing the ebbs and flows. But here in the daily time frame, what I'm really more concerned about is this money flow. It's still in the negative for XRP, so I'm not sure if we're actually going to climb up to like $2.20 here on XRP. We need to see money flow start increasing and actually get into the green like you did here on the first couple of days here in December. Okay, or even better yet, like back here in July. You guys remember what XRP was like in July when it was at $3? You gotta see a lot of green, all right, on the money flow to get that. But that's what I see on the money flow. Money flow is a little bit, could be better, okay. But here on the MACD for for XRP on the daily time frame, we do see that the selling pressure was an issue last week, but now selling pressure is dying off, and we are getting a little bit of green candles here. That's good to see. And then even better than that is right here, I see on the blue and orange moving averages on the MACD time frame, on the daily time frame here. I do see that we did get a blue, we got a MACD crossover where the blue line got above the orange line here. I want to see it be a little bit more vigorous. This is kind of looking a little bit weak. I want to see this blue line kind of like lead, you know, lead the pack here and bring the orange line up with it. All right, kind of like you saw back here in end of October where the blue line got above the orange line and brought it up with it. But this is good to see, but you want to see more of the good stuff. You want to see that blue line continue going up higher and dragging the orange line up with it, and then you'll see more buying pressure showing up here with green candles on the daily time frame for the MACD. All right, so you can be cautiously optimistic on XRP right now. Is basically the short story of it out of this whole long conversation I just did on XRP. All right, I can see that I'm getting spammed with likes here. Lorene showed up in the chat. Good to see you, Lorene. And I see Ozzy the Crypto Goat is in here. And he says, bullish Christmas, baby. Good to see you. Thank you, Ozzy, for coming in the live stream here. It's good to see you. I saw some of the links you posted up in the Discord. I saw that little funny meme that you did with Santa Claus or Jizmus or whatever. Let me see if I can just pull up real quick here. But yeah, I got here on the Discord. We've been sharing stuff, and this was what Ozzy shared right here on Discord. If you guys want to join the Meet Damien Discord, we share funny memes here, but we also look at the charts and try to figure out what might come next here, and just share our thoughts and opinions about certain trade setups and stuff like that. Then come join the Meet Damien Discord. You can see that the link to the Discord is going to be right here in my description for my channel. There's that Discord link right there. Okay, and then for my TikTok guys, you can come join the Meet Damien TikTok channel. The link to the Discord is right there in the bio for my TikTok bio here. Okay. All right, let's get back into the analysis here. We're gonna look at Cardano next as a request. And Ozzy, I'm gonna have to follow you on Discord. I think I am following you on Discord. Is that what you're talking about here? If not, I'll double check, or you can just message me on Discord and I'll try to join your chat there. YFXE says, do I need an editor for my content? I might. You're gonna have to message me, let me know what you can do for editing here. But yeah, just go ahead and follow me on TikTok and then send me a message and we can talk about that. All right. Let's look at Cardano. See what the Cardano's doing here. Cardano currently trading at 36 cents, down 2.0% today, or 2% I should say. And we'll look at the daily time frame here for Cardano. Cardano, unfortunately is in a bear market. Let's call it what it is for what it is, okay? You lost that 200-day moving average. That qualifies as a bear market. If you can get above the 200-day moving average, then it could be a short bear market where you just call it a correction or a crash. But I don't think we can call this a correction anymore. We are clearly in a downtrend and in a bear market on Cardano, and you need to start calling it a crash at this point, okay? And Cardano is not only below most of the moving averages. It's below this 21 EMA, which is acting as a problem here. And every time we come up to the 21 EMA, this white line, we get rejected. Come back up to it again, rejected. Come back up to it again, kind of rejected. Try to fight and stay above it for like 1 or 2 days, and then lose it, okay? So I think if Cardano's gonna, start coming back up again to higher prices again, the most you're going to see is like 40 cents here, which is where that white line's hanging out at, 21 EMA. Until Cardano actually gets more bullish and you see something like this, where Cardano gets above the 21 EMA, even makes a higher high than what it did back here, comes back down, tests the 21 EMA, doesn't lose it, bounces off the 21 EMA to make a higher low, and then make a higher high. And then guess what? You're no longer in the downtrend, right? You're actually starting to create an uptrend here on Cardano. That's what I would like to see for Cardano. But so far, you haven't gotten that yet. Is the bleeding done for Cardano? Are we getting some bullish divergence? Let's see what the oscillators are showing here. We do have here an RSI indicator here, which is what we're going to use to try to figure out if we're getting some bullish divergence. And you know what? I think I kind of see it. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of hopium here for Cardano. But it looks like you made lower low, lower low, lower low on price. However, what do you got here? You got some higher lows showing up here on the RSI indicator. This is showing that buyers are stepping in at these lower prices. They're liking these lower prices here for Cardano. This is the beginning of trying to bottom out here. Now, the next thing you need to do for Cardano is you need to start making higher lows on price. Not just higher lows on RSI, but an actual higher low on price. And then I think you'll start seeing more traders and investors paying attention to that and pushing the price of Cardano up to higher prices here. But there are buyers stepping in at this price. That's the beginning of bottoming out. What you could do is, make a higher low. Or you can even make a double bottom where you don't go any lower than 34.5 cents here on Cardano. And guess what? It's a double bottom. It literally has bottom in its name. And that's how you know you have a bottom in crypto, or I'm sorry, a bottom here in Cardano. And maybe you might see a nice move up. But right now, you're starting to try to bottom out. I wouldn't really say that you're done going down just yet. We could, create another lower low here on Cardano and still make a higher low on the RSI indicator. So that's the thing about the bullish divergence, is it shows up, gives you an idea, but you just don't know where the exact bottom is going to be, even when there is bullish divergence. But the reason why I'm zooming out right now is I want to see what the VRVP indicator is showing here. With Cardano, try to get the prices here. All right, so we have a blue line. That blue line is very important. That's the point of control. We're actually at the point of control for Cardano. Majority of people that have bought Cardano have bought it at 36 cents. They were buying it here at 36 cents about a year ago in October of 2024. They were buying it at 36 cents in November of 2023. I mean, hell, they were buying Cardano at 36 cents back in March of 2023. This might be the lowest that Cardano goes because you got a lot of support in this area. A lot of people bought Cardano. A lot of people are just at break even right now. Unfortunately, they're not in profit, but they're just at break even right now. You would have to lose 36, 33 cents, somewhere around here, and then it could get nasty where you could see Cardano come to this next volume node here at 29 cents. And then you got the value area low, this white line at 24 cents. That would be very nasty. I think, that's still a possibility. Maybe later on in 2026, if we're going to get a full-on bear market in crypto, you might see Cardano at 23, 24 cents. And that would be very nasty and brutal for a lot of cryptocurrency investors, including the Cardano investors. But that's the only reason why I would see, I would say that we would see Cardano get down to 24 cents is if we're actually having a full-on bear market. If this is a correction, if this is this time is different, I'm expecting Cardano to climb up and try to get up to at least past 40 cents here. And once you get past 40 cents, you get to clearer skies and smoother sailing, where you can see 44 cents, and then you get a gap in the VRVP, and then I would expect Cardano to try to climb back up to like 58 cents, which is the next high volume area to look out for once you get past 40 cents. You get past 40 cents, then you could see 58 cents here for Cardano. All right, Lorene has to go. Lorene, you said you'll look over it again later on in YouTube. Yep, I do have YouTube, guys. So if you guys have to get going, I know a lot of you guys are busy with your Christmas shopping and everything else going on this week, but if you want to rewatch my live stream, you can find it here on YouTube, the Meet Damien YouTube, where I can go live. I mean, where you can see me go live, and you can see my other live streams that I've done over the past year. Okay, I usually go live around 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. That's the time slot that I'm doing right now, and I go live Monday through Fridays here. And yeah, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell button, so you know when I do go live on the Meet Damien channel here. All right. Let's see. We have a request for Troll Coin. You want me to use the VRVP indicator on that? Okay. Probably do that for ya. Thank you for the request. Troll Coin. Let me go ahead and write that down. And did I let's see. Oh, we gotta look at Uniswap here for Ton Lika. So I'll look at Uniswap first. And then I'll look at the Troll Coin. And D2 Miami, what is that you're saying about Dessa Lines AI? What is that? And Ozzy, if you're in the chat, I don't really play video games too much like I used to. I'm really busy these days. And I lost out on the group of friends I used to play Warzone with. But if you're gonna try to play Warzone, it seems like you're doing it every day or every night. What I'll try to do is I'll try to download it, make sure that it's ready to go, because I'm pretty sure I gotta do some updates on Warzone. And then I'll let you know when I'm ready to play it again. But yeah, I'm gonna have to like download and upload, you know, download all the updates, which I'm pretty sure I know I'm far behind. And then I can probably join you on Warzone. Maybe not tonight, but on another night. Alright, so let's take a look at Uniswap here. I'll try to make it relatively quick. Unless you want me to do a deep dive on it. Alright, what are we doing here? Alright, so this is the VRVP indicator. I think it's still useful here for Uniswap. You see you got a point of control on Uniswap. The highest volume node here is at $6.13. That's going to be a tough area for us to get past. I would try to think about selling some Uniswap at that area. Not financial advice, but I would take some profit there. Okay. If we're able to push past this point of control to higher prices, there is another level here at 686, and then another level here at 760. Those are areas that you should pay attention to try to take some more profit and de-risk out of Uniswap if you're inclined to do so. To the downside, we are below the point of control right now. You know, with Uniswap currently trading at 581, you're below the point of control at 618. However, if you were to continue going down to lower prices here, you do have some support. You got a high volume node here at 537, and then you got the value area low sitting at 492. Do not lose 492 because it could get really bad, where you could then head on down to about 436 here on Uniswap. And 436 would put you at the same price that you could have probably got Uniswap at back here in October of 2023. Yikes. But it looks like the bleeding might be coming to an end here on Uniswap. Let me just see if there's any bullish divergence showing up here on the charts. I gotta get rid of the VRVP indicator for now. But let's zoom on in and see. Are we done going down? Well, it looks like Uniswap already caught some bids from last week, and we're, you know, the idea here was, you know, was it gonna make a bull flag? But you're not getting any sustained price action right now. I mean, well, I drew the bull flag like this, but I guess if you stay above this 21 EMA at 557, you're doing all right. Okay, just use this as support. Don't lose this white line, and I think you'll be all right. Where we can make a higher low and then start making the case for making higher highs and higher lows and doing an uptrend on Uniswap. But I want to see, are we... No, I don't see any bullish divergence here. At least it's not that obvious on the RSI. And I like the fact here on the MACD indicator, you got that MACD crossover with the blue line cross over the orange line here. So you got the momentum to go to higher prices here. What I don't like on the MACD on the daily time frame is you're making a light green candle. What's up with that? You gotta just keep the bullish momentum going here and have some more solid green candles here on the daily time frame. So yeah, you can see you're kind of like doing a little bit of a pullback here on Uniswap. I want to see that pullback stay above 557 on the daily time frame. Stay above that white line there. But yeah, I mean, I basically gave you the upside downside targets on Uniswap there. And I zoomed in a little bit to figure out what it's doing right now. You could come down to 557, get a bounce off, and then try to make a run for higher prices. And if you do make a run for higher prices, you got the daily moving average above you. The 50 daily moving average above you at 670 could provide your first take profit target and your resistance level over there. All right. Moving on from Uniswap, we'll take a look at Troll now. All right. Troll USD on Coinbase. Well, we also got on MEXC. I like looking at stuff on MEXC and Binance Exchange because usually they get those coins first and they got the most amount of data to work with. Wow, what the hell kind of price is this? This is one of those crazy cryptocurrencies where I'm not even sure what number to call this, but I'll just say 1785 is where this thing is trading at. It's one of those cryptocurrencies that's like less than a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of a penny here. It's kind of like just like similar to like Shiba coin, Shiba Inu, or even like Pepe. But I'm just trying to zoom out to figure out what this thing has done. And it looks like it started trading in January 2024. Of course, you got the classic pump, you know, the dump right after it goes on the crypto exchange. Then you make a run back up, make a lower high here in March of 2024. That was like when we had our, I guess that you could call March of 2024 the altcoin season. And then like December of 2024 was like the second altcoin season that we had in 2024. And then that was it. That was it for the euphoria in this cycle here. But this thing, what can you make of it? Like, it's obviously has had a bad year in 2025. Going down and to the right, down and to the right. Before I even turn on VRVP again, I'm just trying to get an idea of what this thing is doing. But it's been going down and to the right, down and to the right. This thing, the way to make money is to short it, I guess. But even then, like sometimes you get like these spikes ups where the shorts get taken out, maybe like a little bit of a short squeeze, and then it comes right back down again, and then you end up getting a long squeeze to the downside. All right, I will turn on VRVP indicator, but let me just analyze this using the moving averages first. You are below all the moving averages. You're clearly in a bear market, in a downtrend. And right now, you're just hanging out near the 21 EMA on the daily time frame. That's sitting at 1829. You got to get above that. It looks like you're trying to use it for support, so there might be some hope here. But then once you do get up to higher prices, you'll probably get knocked down by that green line at 24.95. That's your 50-day moving average. And if you don't get knocked down by that one, then sure enough, that red line here, the 200-day moving average at 33.77 is going to probably be your high water mark, and you should strongly consider taking profit. Not financial advice, but if you do get to like 33.77, that should be almost a double from where you are right now. And if you get a double in crypto at this point, you should be happy and should be taking profit, in my opinion. All right, but now let's go ahead and throw on the VRVP indicator. See what the VRVP indicator is going to show now. So we got data going all the way back to February of 2024, and the VRVP indicator is showing that the point of control, very important area, is sitting at 1755. You're actually right near the point of control. And the value area low is right next to the point of control at 1331. So you could try to take your chances here of buying right now at 1784, and you're buying at the point of control basically, and you can put your stop loss as tight as you need it to be. But you might be able to buy some more at 1377 or 1400, and that would be a little bit cheaper and better to get at than buying it right now. But if you don't have any troll and you want to get some, it wouldn't hurt to just buy it right now at this price, because you're near the value area low and you're near the point of control, which is next to the value area low. And then if you buy here, then you know you are looking to see if you could take some profit at like 3,900 or 4,000, where you got another high volume node here. And that's basically the same area that people were buying this back here in July of 2025 and also April of 2025. The good majority of people that bought this asset this year, they bought it at like 4,000 and 3,900. They're all underwater right now on their investment, and if it does go back up to 3,900, 4,000, then they're probably going to click the sell button just to break even. So that's going to be your take profit target, swing trade target for now on Troll. And then we'll just have to see how we handle ourselves once we get up to that area. Because if we do get up to the area and we start climbing even higher than that, then the volume drops off on the VRVP indicator, and you got your value area high sitting at 69.60. And that should be another area that you should try to take profit if you're able to do so, because you're buying it right now at 1,700, going up to 6,900 or 7,000. What is that for gains here? About a 280% gain if you get up to like 6,900. So yeah, I would definitely take some profit if that's the case. You said that Troll on Solana was released in 2025. Okay, but it looks like Troll has been trading on MEXC exchange, so it might have been on another network, or maybe it was its own standalone coin. But it looks like it was started trading in like January 2024. They said Troll on Solana was released in 2025. That's interesting. Like when in 2025? Let's see, Troll on KuCoin. Troll on KuCoin looks like it came out here in May of 2025. So maybe I had the wrong exchange there. Does this look like the numbers that you're looking for here? Because right now this looks better. It's like trading at 3 cents here. Do I have to give you analysis on this one now? Oh, so it is trading at 3 cents. Okay. Well, it helps, you know, in the future if you could let me know what exchange these coins are trading on, because I can get the right data, the right coin for it. I don't know why it was showing that on MEXC exchange like that, but that's what it was showing. Anyways, here on KuCoin. All right. So this kind of changes the analysis, right? Because you're at 3 cents. You are, wow. Okay, so if I take this data going all the way back to like the beginning of or May of 2025, you were actually hanging out near the top of the value area. The value area high is at 27 cents, and now the point of control is at 0.011 pennies, about 1 penny. So now this kind of changes the scope of the analysis here, because this is saying that Troll coin is actually overvalued. If you're above the value area high, you're considered overvalued. Okay, until you get back into the range again. The range, it would be at fair value if it goes back to the point of control. Point of control is at 1 penny. And then, you know, below that, it would be undervalued if it goes to the value area low at 0.0090 pennies. And of course, if you go below the value area altogether, then you're definitely undervalued. So the good majority of people have bought this coin at a penny. So everybody's in profit for the most part, except for the ones that bought it in the last 3 months, last 4 months here. You know, I kind of feel bad for the people that bought here, right? At 15 pennies and 22 pennies. I mean, how high did this thing actually go? It went up to like 28 pennies in August. So you already had almost like a 90% drop from the highs in August. But the crazy thing is that you could still, you know, drop down to this blue line here, and it would be like another 60% drop from where you are right now. And that's still possible with these old coins and these cryptocurrencies. You might be like, oh, this thing already dropped 90%. It can't drop down another 90%. And sure enough, it could. This thing has dropped, I think, well, let me measure it out real quick here, from 28 cents. To where we are right now at 3 cents. Yeah, you already dropped like 87, 90% roughly. And you could drop another 60% if you go right down to that point of control. Right, if we do this again, you could drop down another 60% after you already dropped down 90%. EBH wants me to look at ZBEC, ZBCN. I got you. All right. So I think that should be good for you, right? On the analysis here for Troll. Let me just quickly look at the MACD, see if there's anything good here on the MACD. You had your MACD crossover on November 18th, and so far it's just been steadily climbing up since then. You got good buying pressure. You might be just trying to bottom out at these prices here at 3 cents. And then money flow was in the green since December 11th. Money flow is now going back into the red again on about yesterday, so I don't like that. Be careful, it might want to start going down lower prices on you here. Alright, we'll take a look at what was it, ZBCN? ZBCN. Alright, so we're now charting on ZBCN network here. ZBCN, what are you doing? What are you doing? 21 EMA, white line, very important line. We are above it. That's good to see. I want to see that thing stay above it and actually start moving up to higher highs here. Looks like we created a higher low here in the middle of December on December 16th. Came down as low as 23,120. That's higher than the low here on November 21st at 21,400. So that's good to see, right? Just draw that out, but you are making a higher low here. That's the start of trying to bottom out and trying to change the trend and reversing the trend here. However, you are still making lower highs, lower high, lower high, lower high. If you're going to count candle wicks here, you kind of made a higher high here on Saturday compared to the high here on December 9th. So that could be the start of something good here. I want to see you also try to get above the highs here, or at least above the candle body closes here on late November. Get above 33,000 and also get above like 36,000, and you'll start making a case that you're getting into an uptrend here on ZBEC. Let's see what it looks like here with the momentum indicators here. Market cipher B. You have green buy out here on last Friday, and that happened near the oversold area with these green horizontal bars. And momentum's going up and money flow's going up, so maybe ZBEC might actually see a few good days ahead of it. You might actually get a good Christmas here for ZBEC. On the MACD indicator on the daily time frame, you got the MACD crossover here on last Friday, so that's good to see. And of course, after that, you got the green candle showing up here with buying pressure increasing. So I think ZBEC wants to go up in the next few days here. And if it does go up, right, I did say get above 36,000. And also try to get above 37,000 here. Let's see what the VRVP indicator has to say about things here. VRVP indicator, you are in the value area and you're above the POC. Majority of people have bought ZBEC at lower prices when this thing was trading at 0.001 penny. And I was like back here in April 2025 and February 2025. So this thing could come down to lower prices if it's gonna do so. Because these people here, I mean, they're not gonna click the sell button until we get to like break even here at like a 0.0001 pennies. However, if we were to drop down there is a little bit of volume here at 0.0018 pennies, where we were doing a little bit of sideways trading action here in the beginning of May of 2025. So these people might come and save you from going down to lower prices here. That's if we do go to lower prices here. And then to the upside, upside targets. There's nothing really above us until you get to this value area high at 0.004 pennies, basically 40,000. That's how we're reading the numbers here. But I did identify previously when last time I looked at ZBEC that 37,000 was the level to look for. Not really too much high volume there, but there are some candlewick closes where we came down to 37,000, and also candlewick closes where we came up to 37,000. I think 37,000, anywhere between 37 to 40,000 is where you should try to click the sell button if you haven't done so already on ZBEC. Try to offload your risk, de-risk a little bit. Take some profits if you got them. You're welcome, EBH. Don't forget to follow me if you haven't done so already on TikTok here. All right. So guys, I think we had a pretty good live stream. I do want to do some other things here. But if you guys want to start trading crypto, especially like ZBEC and some other coins like that, PaxG coin, and what are the ones that we talk about? We talk about Uniswap and Cardano and Ripple. You can do that here on WEEX exchange here, and you can trade futures and spot on WEEX. And I do have a code for you to join to take advantage of some of the deals on WEEX exchange. Okay, the link to join WEEX exchange, this is my affiliate link. I'm partnered up with WEEX, and we do have a code there for you, that XVDP code. But yeah, if you just click on that link, it'll take you over to WEEX exchange, and you can start trading on WEEX exchange. And then for my YouTube guys, right, you can find that link here to trade WEEX right there on the description to my channel. All right, and I think that's gonna be it for today, guys. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. We'll try to go do the same time slot, 4 to 6 p.m. But then on Thursday for Christmas, I'm going to try to go live on Thursday afternoon, maybe around like 12 or 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then same thing on Friday. I'm going to try to do another afternoon stream on Friday as well. Thursday I am traveling to go see my family, so you'll probably see me in a different area. But I'll try my best to like get that live stream out for you guys on Thursday afternoon. But yeah, tomorrow you'll see me same time slot, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. Other than that, I wish you guys the best of luck in whatever assets you decide to get into. And yeah, we'll have to just pay attention to what Bitcoin's going to do next here, because that's going to usually tell us where the prices might go next. And let me just get into that 1 hour time frame, see what Bitcoin's doing on the 1 hour time frame. Looks like Bitcoin wants to fall off a cliff here. But if Bitcoin does fall off a cliff here, we do know we got some support here at 86,800. I think that's the level to look out below us. And then, of course, we're trying to see if Bitcoin can get past this green moving average line here at 88,300. And then we could probably revisit $90,000 all over again if Bitcoin can get past 88.3. All right. But that's going to be it for today's live stream, guys. Feel free to come and join the Discord as well. The link, like I said, well, the links are always going to be in the bio, right? But there is a Discord link here, and you guys can come join me on the Discord to keep in touch and share your ideas about what the next trade setups are and what kind of trades you're getting into on the Meet Damien Discord. But for now, guys, I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Good luck trading and investing in whatever asset you get into. Take care, guys.
We'll be right back.